I go out to Monrovia and Duarte almost every day. And in some ways, I think it's much better. It doesn't seem as violent out there. They're not the super wealthy, and they're not incredibly poor for the most part. It seems more middle class, and I like holding up my protest signs out there. People are a lot friendlier. Arcadia is a place I won't go at all. Arcadia is very militant. If they look for any reason at all to cause a problem for you. And then Azusa is like it's kind of like the South Park episode with the Mormons, where everybody's super friendly, but these are Christians, and they go out of their way to be nice to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They do. But they got pockets of gang violence there too in Azusa. But no, Monrovia, they are like that. But the only problem with Monrovia is now they're doing it here in Pasadena. They're building all these, townhouses, condos out there, especially in Old Town Monrovia, where they actually have an alley where they built all these homes. It's really amazing. It's kind of like an architectural thing if you ever go out there. It's really interesting. People don't realize that Monrovia actually started as a movie studio. Started off as a town, but when Chaplin was here, they built their movie studio over there. He worked for, and I forget who it is, and it was around Old Town Monrovia, and they sort of built that around that. Now it's sort of like a historical area. That's why you see a lot of Chaplin stuff around there, by the way.
Yeah.
But no, Monrovia, they've been taking like a lot of elderly, like a lot of the older landlords, they pass away, and then the children take over, and then they up the rent because like you see in Chicago too, they up the property tax, so they have to raise the rent, and it's the same thing here, except here it's just like skyrockets here. That's why a lot of people leave, California, and they end up like in Arizona, where you don't have to pay state tax, or they go up to Oregon or Nevada, especially Las Vegas. You don't even have to pay property tax, I don't think.
A lot of people in Chicago like the neighborhoods that have a mix, like for instance Wicker Park or Logan Square, where there's some really nice houses and people with a lot of money. Bucktown is different. Everybody in Bucktown has a $3 million house, and if you're young, if you're going to art school at Columbia, School of the Art Institute, there's nothing really for you to do there. You can't live there. You can't go to a restaurant. You can't go anywhere there. But Logan Square, Humboldt Park, Wicker Park, Ukraine Village, where the Tamale spaceship is really cool. A lot of students go down there.
Oh yeah, Tamale spaceship. Yeah.
They're pro wrestlers. They wear wrestling masks and sombreros.
Oh yeah.
And they used to work for Rick Bayless at Top La Bamba.
Yeah.
And they have like these $10 tamales. Like my favorite one is with the mole, the chocolate sauce.
That's where Tamale Man came from. We used to, when I do stand-up there, the guy would show up all the time.
Yeah.
He's like a famous guy, and he passed away. I think he passed away, and they buried him in his tamale.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Well, it still runs around. They have tamales, and there's just this dead hand, and he just comes up.
I didn't know about that.
No, he doesn't. I mean, is that Tamale Man? Ooh. Sure. Have a tamale. I don't know.
They don't know how to make tamales. The tamales out here, like traditional tamales that poor people made with lard, and they're inedible. But like in Chicago, I mean, even when I was growing up, there was a place called Nicky's, and they had what was called Tamale Boat.
Yeah.
The Tom's Tamale with chili on it. It was so good.
Oh yeah, down on 45th or something.
Yeah.
Right? Yep. I've heard of them. Yeah.
I lived at 4745 South Harding.
Yeah.
And it was right. It was a block away. It was a block away. Yeah.
Yep. I've actually, I never ate there, but I used to go past there on the bus, on the Archer bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the 20, I think it's 20. No, it's Wentworth.
I got back to Chicago for 8th grade and then for high school, and Barb Leitz used to work there, I was dating her, and she used to give me free tamales.
Oh, that's nice. I should have dated her. I would have been like...
Everybody dated. I'm surprised you didn't. She was gorgeous. Everybody dated Barb Leitz.
When you suggested it, a woman... So on the south side they dated her. Yeah, she had rosy cheeks, and we dated her for the tamales. Only on the south side be rosy cheeked women. You ever go down to like Mount Greenwood or Beverly and all that, and all the women, they like use too much makeup down there, and they have like rosy cheeks down there. Like, how you doing? Like they just came out of the boat out of Poland.
They actually called it Beverly Hills. The neighborhood's called. It's really poor.
Well, they just shortened it to Beverly because we all know it's not the hills if it is. Yeah, talking about Morgan Park near there too. Yeah, but
they had the worst nursing home down there. There's Oh yeah, I mean they used to torture people. There's one out here in Venice. It's maybe the worst nursing home in the United States. They actually torture people out there.
Venice, I don't remember. Okay, well, if I get in trouble, don't put me there then. Sheesh. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, by the way, if anyone ever wants to do stand-up, by the way, don't. It's a bad habit I have. So.
Where are you doing stand-up?
I'm gonna go Wednesday, just an open mic though. But I'm going Wednesday over to the Ice House here in Pasadena.
Oh, that's just past Lake Avenue.
Yeah, and hopefully I'll be going back to Chicago and doing it the ones I have to make up yet. Hopefully in January. So. Be over in Wicker Park and Bucktown area if I do it. So.
Is there a place over there still called the Hungry Brain?
Oh yeah.
Lee Groban used to perform there, the poet. He was really good.
Yeah, I don't know if they still do poetry there, but the place is still there. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Wicker Park. Yeah, I remember being there. Back in the 90s, I did poetry because I couldn't find it because Reader never put where you could do stand-up, and then I find out, oh yeah, they were in the clubs, but there weren't that many clubs. All there was Zanies, and that was about it.
Yeah.
And really, you couldn't see, you had to come out here in New York to start, or even other cities less populated. But I started, and then after a while, I started in 2012, even though I sort of did it in 1995 once at a Hitchcock's outside of DePaul, and I was horrible at the time. God. First thing I did, I looked at signs, go, look, it's Q101. I make fun of it, and then we go, oh, this guy's horrible. And I wouldn't even cuss then. Now I come to churches and I go, what the bleep is that? Hey, kids around there, But by the way, don't do stand-up. It's a bad habit, I only do it because it hides my mental insecurity, and I scream because it hides bad material. So don't do it.
You do it a lot, though. You don't have to be on stage. You do it with people that you're talking with.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it usually keeps me away from some people. Some people encourage me. It's like, oh, God, he's here again. No, go back over there. Okay, I will go, and so make a fool of myself, and that's about what you do.
Alex Blackstone used to be really funny. I don't know exactly what his situation is now. I've heard so many things.
Oh, Blackstone is actually part of DePaul. Yeah.
But there's a guy. I guess he's 25 years old now. Alex Blackstone, and
right.
he used to go to Panera Cares. I don't know if you knew him.
Yeah,
but
I remember him.
A lot of bad things happened, and he actually got lobotomized. Oh. And I hope he's still alive. I've heard different stories, but he was hilarious. He was like one of the funniest people I've ever met.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I think I met him. I think I remember him somewhere.
Yeah.
But,
I kept telling him to come out here, go to UCLA, study acting, do something, but, you got talent.
I don't think he wanted to leave Chicago or scared to. I don't want to speak for the guy, but yeah. But I think I remember him. Yeah, I mean it's been a long time, but so.
He was very gothic. Wore black leather jackets and black hair and black everything.
Oh yeah. That's right. Oh.
He taught a course once a week at the Hero Washington Library. It was $35 a person per class for one day. And he got a lot of people to show up. I mean, he was at that time, he was 18, 19 years old, and he knew about ancient Egypt and about the occult. And he met Russell Thorne, who owned the occult bookstore.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was, I've been trying to reach Russell. I looked him up on the internet. His emails are bouncing back, and it said that he's on a watch list for terrorism. And I said, this guy owns an occult bookstore. I mean, is that the point we've come to now with censorship because he owns a bookstore? I mean, twice in his life. One time when he was a young man, his wife dressed up as a tree, and he had a buzzsaw, and he was chasing her through the streets of Milwaukee. And another time he was out in front of the Chicago Hilton. They were playing Mozart, and he had a sign that said Mozart is unfair to the 20th century. We want Arnold Schoenberg, and now he's on a terrorist watch list.
Well, he's chasing his wife with a buzzsaw. Of course he's going to be, or just at least be wanting to arrest him. You don't want that guy running around. Imagine if he got mad at us. He's chasing his wife with the thing. And it was a real buzzsaw?
Yeah, it was a battery-powered one.
But she was a quick runner, huh? Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Althea Thorne.
Yeah.
No, Althea was a daughter. Jennifer. Her name was Jennifer Pender, and then she became Jennifer Thorne.
Oh, Thorne. Okay, yeah. Oh, jeez. Yeah, changed her name because the guy's running around with a buzzsaw, of course. Probably changed her hairstyle, everything. Yeah, he lives up in Sheboygan, Wisconsin now. You know, I like cheese. Cheese. Hey, cut the butter. You know, oh my God, it's him again. Ha ha. So, God. How do you meet these people?
I know you got to go now, but we're sometime in the near future. I hope we can do some more of these interviews.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, okay.
Thank you very much, Wade.
Yeah, no problem. You bet.